Like a Hellcat.
Hello everyone at Empires and Puzzles Land. This is Volsfan from Last Regiment, and on our last video somebody made a comment that they wanted to see recommended Titan teams. So I'm going to make a quick video going through what teams I would typically take to the different Titan colors that are out there, along with some possible variations or substitutions just depending on what heroes you have. So I'll start with our current Titan. You'll see here we have a Ice Titan. So it's a 14-star Ice Titan, and there's some key heroes that you really need to have for an Ice Titan to really be very successful. And those are, and this actually applies to all Titans. So if you can remember this for any Titan, 3 key heroes, then you should be safe. And then you just have to understand what all the heroes' abilities are. So first hero that's really important is a elemental defense down. It's sometimes referred to as EDD, element defense down. So thinking about an Ice Titan, Evelyn would be the example because it's the opposite color. So green or nature against ice. Evelyn would be a primary hero to take here because she does reduced defense against nature. And typically you're going to go strong or heavy on your lineup against the opposite color of the Titan. So for Ice Titan, it would be nature. So again, that's element defense down. That's a hero like Evelyn, a hero like Frida, a hero like King Arthur. Frida and King Arthur do not stack, so you would take one or the other against a Fire Titan. A hero like Jackal. Jackal's one of the only heroes, 4-star heroes that I've added emblems to. That's just my choice. I know other people have different strategies, but Jackal would be that element defense down hero. Guardian Falcon. So Guardian Jackal and Guardian Falcon do very similar tasks. They just don't have the same mana speed. So Guardian Falcon would be against that nature hero. Guardian Jackal would be, Nature Titan. Guardian Jackal would be against the Dark Titan. Hopefully you're seeing the pattern here. As we move into someone like a Holy Titan, those seem to be the most stubborn of them all, holy in nature for whatever reason. But Guardian Panther is probably one of the most sought after heroes to use against the Holy Titan. So Guardian Panther, again, elemental defense down. She's a dark hero, reduces defense against dark for those Titans. So again, you can use these same strategies when you're facing in war as well, because they do work that way. Unfortunately, you don't have a plethora of heroes, so you just have to be smart with how you use them. But this video is just about Titans. After the elemental defense down, so that's, again, it's a colored hero that reduces the defense against the enemy or the Titan of that color. So Evelyn, for this Titan, reduces nature defense. The other hero that you're going to want to have that's very key is a standard defense down reducer or defense down hero. So that just reduces the overall defense of the enemy or of the Titan. Some examples here, Buddy would be who I would pair with Evelyn against this Titan. Some people, because it's a 14-star, may take a 5-star defense reducer. Athena would be my favorite, but Athena doesn't last very long against an Ice Titan, and she's not as effective. And since you only have 5 hero slots, I would avoid it. But a list of other defense-reducing heroes are Wilbur. Again, that's fire against nature. Not elemental, so it's just standard defense. It'll reduce the defense no matter what. Doesn't matter what color. But Wilbur, Isarnia, who's a 5-star blue hero. Athena, who is a 5-star blue hero as well. Grim would be a 4-star ice hero. Tibertus would be a 4-star dark hero. And Tibertus would stack with Panther, if you're following along. Tibertus would stack with Panther. And then Gormek. So Gormek is a fire hero. Don't need Gormek and Wilbur. They do not stack. So ideally, you would not want to take them together. You would want to take Wilbur and Falcon, for example. Those are the two that go with me to every Nature Titan, for example. And I'm sure I'm missing some. I'm trying to go through the heroes now, but Buddy is nature, or is a green all defense reducer. Wilbur is Sarnia, Athena. There's a new hero coming in Wonderland, the Wonderland event. It's called White Rabbit. It is going to be a 5-star holy defense reducer, because that does not exist. There is not a 5-star holy hero that reduces defense of the enemy. So that's going to be a huge hero to stack with Jackal, Guardian Jackal, against those Dark Titans. So keep that in mind as you're moving forward into next month when the Wonderland event comes out. I'll go through my roster because I might remember some that come up. The third hero, these are the three, kind of the trilogy, if you will, not to get religious, but the Holy Trinity or whatever you want to call it. The third hero is a booster. So Tarlok, Mickey, Wukong, Ranveer, anybody that boosts the attack, even somebody like Bold Tusk would be a key hero to bring. But I would rather not bring Bold Tusk and maybe bring an attack banner, because they kind of do the same thing, and have him place a different hero. So those three heroes, all combined based on the color of the Titan, come to you to every Titan, no matter what. The extra true spots are going to be used for fast mana snipers, is what I would recommend. Or the key thing with Titans is the attack damage. So when you're looking at a Titan, you want to look at the tile damage that a hero does, because that's going to be more important than necessarily its special. And if you've ever watched a Titan hit that you've recorded, you'll notice that with all these boosts in effect, especially because most of them only impact tile damage, a single tile could do more damage than a special that's being fired off. So I'll show you, because I'll do my next hit in this video, so you'll see it coming up. But let me go through some heroes and make sure I didn't miss any, and you can see how I'm stacked currently against this Ice Titan. So I'll start with kind of where the damage has gone so far. So I've only taken my 3 hits after the Titan spawned, and I'm currently in 3rd place on the leaderboard, 143,000 in damage. I had one bad board. I had one like 70k hit, and then I split the other two pretty evenly. So you'll see here I did a decent amount of damage with the heroes that I have in my lineup. I am going to make a small change for this video so that I'm doing what I preach, because I did not take Buddy on my first 2 hits. I did have the Valkyrie's Bane, which is an item that can be crafted in the Hunter's Lodge. If you have Valkyrie's Bane and it reduces the overall defense, you can remove that defense reducing hero. But I know as we are all progressing, maybe you weren't there yet on your Hunter's Lodge, a defense down hero is definitely key to bring if you don't have an item that reduces defense. So let's get in here and see what my lineup looks like. So I have Evelyn in my number 1 spot. I have Tarlok near to the end. As long as you know how you're firing, I'm not going to critique anybody on their order. I always preach to the members of my alliance that you want them in order of how you'll fire them, because if they're all activated at the same time, it makes it easy just to click them one by one. But as you get smarter and more control over what you're doing, you have the patience, you can space them out differently, just based on how you want them to be oriented. But obviously I'm missing Buddy in this lineup based on what I told you before. But you'll also see that I have Gregorian, who's kind of a unique hero because he increases the critical chance. So he's another hero I like to bring to my nature team. And you'll see here the other 2 kind of bonus heroes are Zelene, because she has all of my wizard emblems. So her tile damage is really high at 809. And then Kingston. So Kingston's in there just because he's a newer hero. He's fast mana, and he does a decent amount of damage. But more importantly, he has the mana generation. So that Elemental Link is cool because I want them to be recharged, as quickly as possible. And since I'm going mono nature, that's going to be significant to make sure my heroes get activated faster. And he reduces the attack of the enemy, which if you've ever faced a stronger Titan than your team can handle, there is a potential to be one-shot by these Titans. So whatever you can do to prolong your hero's life, whether it's putting a turtle banner on them and hitting them with somebody like Kingston, it's going to be great. Prolong the battle and make sure you get as many tiles off as possible in that hit. So So I'm going to change the lineup real quick, but let me just go through my heroes and make sure I didn't miss anybody that's key to bring to a Titan. So let's start with a Nature Titan. So Nature Titan, this is how I would line up. So I take Ares and Gravemaker all the time, mainly because they have all of my emblems for that category. Gravemaker is very fast mana. You definitely want to bring him regardless. Ares is a healer / critical booster, so I want to make sure if I put somebody next to him that it's somebody that actually hits and doesn't just do a defense reduction. So what I typically do is I put Falcon here. So as I'm scrolling through, you can see some of my heroes, letting the cat out of the bag here. Falcon. And then what's also important is as you're adding these heroes, the order you add them is the order that the troops, based on highest level troop to lower, are added to these heroes as well. So I usually go through, put the heroes in the lineup that I want, and then go back and change the troops if I want to. Otherwise, just keep that in mind. The order you put them in is the order that they're going to stay. And believe it or not, I usually take Tarlok. I've personally become a fan of Tarlok over Ranveer. I just don't like that missed chance. Call me spoiled, whatever you want to do, but I don't like it. So I take Tarlok to a Nature Titan. So this would be my lineup for a Nature Titan, and I've done 150,000 damage with this lineup. That's my current record high hit on any Titan, but this particular one was Nature, and I did 150k with this lineup. So ideally, this is what you want to take. The key ones are the ones to the left. So if you do not have Ares and you do not have Gravemaker, stick with a fast or very fast mana hero that hits. Grazul doesn't make any sense in this lineup. Somebody like Zimkitha, somebody like Captain Kestrel, somebody like Natalia would be another good one. And believe it or not, Aslar, who you'll see that I have here, and a hero I don't have, Elena, they have the 2 highest tile damage of any fire hero. Well, this is without emblems. I'm looking, when I say tile damage, I'm looking at this number here. 793 is their attack rating. There aren't any other fire heroes besides Elena that have a higher number there without emblems. So that's what's key when you're hitting a Titan, is that attack rating, because your tile damage is going to be higher. So cool. So this is who I'm taking to my lineup if it was a fire here, if it was a Nature Titan. Move next, let's go a Dark Titan. So if I had a Dark Titan come up, and again, I go right to left because, again, that's how it adds the troops, and it makes it easier for me when I'm going to fire them. So I will do Drake Fong. I usually take Poseidon. There's been a debate over who's better, Poseidon or June, so you could substitute June here if you have June. And then I will usually throw a standard defense reducer, because we talked about before, White Rabbit doesn't exist. So I would put Alina in here because she's my favorite defense reducer. But you can insert anybody here that reduces defense as long as you can keep them alive. And then I'll put Jackal, not Albrick. You don't go there, sir. Jackal. And you can see here I have 19 emblems on Jackal. And that's mainly to keep him alive, just because he is a key hero. He will get one shot by 11-star Titans and higher, maybe 10-star and higher, just with a single shot. And then it's useless if you haven't fired him yet. And then last but not least, I do sometimes take Ranveer here. So I will either take Ranveer, Tarlok, or some of my colleagues, some of my teammates have been taking Mickey. My Mickey is 370, so I only take her to Fire Titans. But Ranveer or Tarlok who would go in this last spot. And again, I have the booster taken care of, the elemental defense down, and the defense down. And then I have 2 fast mana heroes, hitting heroes. That's who's just going to be doing your damage. You're going to get them to go off. And you'll notice Drake Fong has my monk emblem, so his attack rating is going to be significantly higher than it is anyway, but I like him because he does reduce the accuracy. So if you think about bringing Drake and June, their specials don't stack in terms of the accuracy reducing for the enemy. So just keep that in mind, they're not gonna stack. So try to time them off where they're going off differently based on the mana level troops, the troops that you have on these heroes. Next up is going to be Dark. That was a Dark Titan. Let's go with a Holy Titan. So if I have a Holy Titan, I do go mono here, and I do this in backwards order, mainly because Kunshin is slow mana, and I do want him to go off, and more importantly, he cleans. So when I'm going against a Holy Titan, it's important to clean because that accuracy reduction sucks. So Kunshin would be my first spot. Then I would go with, can you guys tell me who I'm going to go with next? Guardian Panther, exactly right. And that's for the elemental defense reduction because they do stack. Then I'm going to go with just my heavy hitter. So I take Ursina because it's really awesome when the special does go off and Ursina has been activated. It reflects all that damage back to the Titan. So she's kind of a cool hero to bring with you. And then I go with Seashat because she has a lot of my emblems and she's a strong hitting, fast mana, dark hero. And then a lot of people want to take Kajibarado. He's definitely a great hero to bring, but what's missing in this lineup is what I was mentioning earlier on, is that booster. So some of my teammates have been taking Mickey, have been getting really strong hits. Tarlok would be another good one. And when you think about it, most people don't have 5 leveled troops. So you actually might end up being better off bringing somebody like a Tarlok or a Mickey instead. I've tried both, and either one will work. So just keep that in mind. You're not going to be wrong. If you put Kajibarado here or a fast mana hero, if you do take somebody like Kiana or Aeron, so Kiana here is an average mana hero, or Aeron is also an average mana hero, do not put them on the wings. It's important that they either go in the tank position or a flank position because they benefit their side-by-side heroes. So it's important for someone like Kiana to be in between 2 hitters. Aeron, you want him to be in between 2 of your more important heroes, like in this case I would put him between Kunshin and Guardian, just because it protects them from getting affected by the special skills, and those are the 2 more important heroes in the lineup based on their skill preference. I don't take them to the Titan normally because Kunshin really does all of the things that Aeron does rather than the protection, and I'd rather have a hitter over a healer with Aeron. Just keep that in mind if you have those heroes. They fit in the lineup, they're great to take. Just make sure they get positioned in the right place. So next up is the Fire Titan. This is one of my favorite Titans. I really like this lineup. As of right now, you probably saw here, I'm still working on Finley. I have not used him yet in a lineup, especially against a Titan, and we haven't seen a Fire Titan in a while. But Missandra is definitely going to go all the way to the right. And then I will usually go with Alassi. I do not have Frida Max, so I have King Arthur, so I would go with Athena, and then King Arthur, and then Mickey takes this last spot. So, as you can see here, my Mickey isn't maxed either. I've elected to use the scopes on Finley. Mickey is very, very effective at 370. So, if you have them, you have other heroes to use the scopes on, I think Mickey will be just fine at 370. I've gotten consistent 110 to 130k hits against a 14-star Fire Titan with Mickey in my lineup. So again, you have the booster, defense reducer, and elemental defense reducer in the lineup. 2 fast mana hitting heroes in the lineup here. Next up, we have, I think we covered them all because ice is what I had at the beginning to start, right? Yep, so we have ice, nature, fire, holy, and dark. Yep, I've covered them all. If there's something I missed or if you had specific questions, definitely leave a comment. I'm going to check the time on this video, so I'm going to stop it, and then I'll add my Titan hit onto the end of it, just in case it does go over time. Thanks, guys, for watching. Definitely appreciate all the feedback and the comments. Please continue to leave them. Welcome to the new subscribers. And if you are interested in joining the Last Regiment family, we do have a family of 5 alliances that fit just about everyone's needs. Please feel free to reach out to me at Volsfan 2002 via line. Look forward to hearing from you guys. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.